Anyways, so guys, I want to tell you guys I'm excited for this new series that I want to start. Lauren has no idea what it
What are
is.
you talking? I'm scared of what you're about to say.
Scared of the series I'm going to start?
Yeah.
It's called Life in Our Marriage.
Okay. I like that. Okay, go ahead.
But when you fall in love, it's a much more serious involvement. You just cannot forget this person. You feel miserable when not in their presence. You're always yearning, let's see more of each other, let's get
Go
together.
ahead.
It's more of actually more of like I would say relationship advice.
Okay.
Marriage advice, things you learned while we were married.
Talking about like our experience.
Our experience in
Okay.
marriage. It doesn't have to be bad stuff like stuff that you want to change, but it can be stuff that you want to change about marriage. But it also things like you learned and good advice for people who want to get in a relationship. It can be relationship, marriage, anything.
Okay. I like that.
That's the new series I want to start.
So what
Guys,
you
I'm
wanna?
literally telling her right now. She didn't know any
I
idea.
had no idea. You what? You wanna like include some advice in every video or what?
Yeah,
Or we're gonna do like segments every so
segments.
often?
Yeah, segments
Okay.
in every video.
Oh, in every video. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Not in every vlog. This is like a separate
Okay.
thing
Okay.
that I want to post on also with the vlogs.
Okay.
So, first and foremost,
I was scared.
somebody asked me this question the other day. I don't remember who, but they asked me what made you think you wanted to marry me.
That's so cute. Who asked you that?
I think it was one of my friends, one of my guy friends. I'll answer after you answer.
Why? Why is that fair? Why is that fair?
Ladies first.
What point did I realize? Okay, this is gonna sound like a really stupid like moment, but this is what first comes to mind. When I was in high school, Marlon is 2 years older than me, so he was already in college. You had a job at this time, I think. You were in college and you had a job. I was in high school, and at my high school that I went to, we could not park. I don't know if I've told you this before.
You've never told me this.
Okay, we couldn't park our cars in the front of the school because that was all reserved for staff or, well, like the teachers, staff. And if they caught you, you had to have like a parking sticker. If they caught you with your car there, they booted your car. They put a boot in your car, and you had to go to the front office and pay a fee and show them your license, your registration, whatever, so that they could take the boot off. So this happened to me one time. And I was already dating him. We'd been dating for a little while.
I remember this.
And he lived about, what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes
20 minutes,
from me?
yeah, 25.
I think 25 minutes from the school. And I didn't have a license. And, I mean, the vehicle obviously had insurance and everything, but I didn't have a license. I only had the insurance. And so I called my mom, and my mom was able to go to the school. But they still didn't want to let go of the car because they needed my mom to have a license so that she could, basically, someone with the license had to take the car out of the lot. And so then my next thought was him. And I was like, he's going to be able to do it. So then I called him, and he didn't even think about it twice. Like, he was like, okay, I'm on my way. And then he just showed up at the school, showed them his license. I paid the fee. And then we were able to drive. They took the boot off my car, and we were able to take the car off. And I think that moment of him taking, like, initiative right away, like, I didn't have to tell him anything twice. I didn't have to beg him. I didn't have to anything. It was like, hey, I need you. And it was like right away he was there. And I was like, wow. Like, I think that made me realize that I'd never dated or like been with anyone like you. And I was like, he's the one.
Really?
And I think that's one of the first moments that I was like, he's the one. And then I think actually right after that, probably the next day or like 2 days later, since I couldn't park my car because it was booted, I couldn't park it in front of the school. In front of the school, like across the street, there were some apartments that I used to live at. My aunt would live at those. She lived at those apartments. So students would sometimes park their cars across the street at the apartment parking. And then the apartment started catching up to that, catching up to people parking there. And they were like, they started doing this thing where you needed to register your vehicle to be able to park there. And I didn't give a shit. Excuse me, am I allowed to cuss? Sorry. I didn't give a crumb, so I was like, I don't care, I'm just going to park my car here, whatever. I didn't register the car, nothing. So I think like 1 or 2 days after my car got booted and he saved my ass, I parked across the street and my car got towed. Bruh. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
My car gets freaking towed, guys. So then I have to go to the front office and I'm like, oh my God. Hey, your towing company. Do you guys have a towing company? They towed my car. And they said, yeah, your car was towed. And guess who I called? And he was there in a split of a second. Like, ready? I was like, babe, they towed my car. Again, he was like, I'm on my way. And I was like, like, you know, it felt like something very, very like serious. And it might be something really small, but like keep in mind, guys, that at the time I was like what, 18? You were like what, 9? No, I was like 17.
Yeah.
He was like 19.
Probably 18, 19.
Yeah, he was like 18 or 19. No, you were 19.
I wasn't 19. I was 18.
You were 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was 18.
Yeah, I was 18.
I was 17. He was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? So at the time, it's like these little things, like they're a much bigger deal than they said. Cause like now that I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, like what, you know? But like at the time, it was like the little things just meant a lot
go
more.
marrying anybody who helps you.
Huh?
You better not go marrying anyone who helps you.
You're stupid. Shut up. What about you?
Ah.
It's $1 million question.
But you heard that, ladies and gentlemen, the small things matter. That's what Loren says,
Absolutely.
the small things. I know a lot of people say like, oh, you gotta being extravagant is good. That's good too. That's, doing big, large things.
Yeah.
But it's the small things that matter. Loren always tells me, she's like, it's just the small things I care about. I don't care about the biggest thing. I don't need you to go and rent a yacht and then put my name on the yacht. If I had the money, I would. But small things that matter. The small things.
Yep.
The affirmation words.
Yes.
Anyways, she was like, why is he saying this? He never does this in real life. No, I'm going to keep trying. But
that's all that matters. I don't expect you to be a perfect person.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't marry you because you were a perfect person. I'm far from being a perfect person.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it's the little things and the fact that you try. That's what matters.
Mm-hmm. So it's funny because when they asked me that question, it was a very good question. I think it was my friend. I think it was Collins. He was like, when did you know that you wanted to marry Loren? And it's so funny.
You're like, I still don't know.
No. It's so funny because if anyone ever asked me that question, it's so crazy. Like, people ask me all the time. Well, Collins asked me, and I think another friend probably
Well, people
asked
ask us all the time in
Yeah,
general.
like,
We
how
got
did
speak
you-
about that question so many times.
Yeah, they say, how did you know? Or like, what made you want to get married? And honestly, to me, it's like, it's hard to give an answer because to me, it just happens. Like, I feel like you just realize, like,
I just appeared in your life and you couldn't get rid of me.
yeah. No, not get rid of you. Not get rid of you. The appear in your life, not the get rid of you part. I said yeah before she finished.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I said
No,
it
I
before you
finished.
finished.
Play that back. Because I finished my statement and then you said yeah.
I said it before she
No,
finished.
no.
But
I just appeared in your life and you couldn't get rid of me.
you kind of, it's just like a feeling. Like, it's almost like love. Like, you can't explain it. You just feel it. Like, it's so weird to say. It sounds like a movie, but it's like, I just felt it. Like, this is the one.
Yeah.
This is the one. That's what it was. It wasn't like
You don't think of like there's no like
there's
specific
no like
moment?
specific moment where I was like, damn, I have to marry her. It was more like I just felt like I have to marry her.
Like kind of like everything that we had been through. You
Yeah,
were like,
everything we had been through, I was like,
Okay.
yeah, I have to marry her.
Yeah.
Even like even when we brought it up, to me, it wasn't like, oh my God, I'm gonna get married. It was more like, yes, let's get married. Like,
Yeah.
like, because some people, when they hear marriage, they're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
let's get married. To me, I never felt that way. To this day, I never felt that way. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I got married. Like, to this day, I'm like, I'm so happy I got married.
Yeah, me too. I don't regret it.
I
And a lot of
never
people, when we
regret it.
got married, guys, I was 18, Marlon was 19 when we got married.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of people thought that it was because I was pregnant or it was because, people, like, stupid reasons. And it was like, dude, no. It's like, people were probably thinking I was going to pop out with the belly after we got married. And I was like, no,
Not yet.
no children. We just loved each other. We were just two little dumb kids in love, to be honest.
I wasn't done.
Yeah, we were.
No.
Because
No.
honestly, now that I look back at it, I'm like, I was 18 when I got married, guys. Like, I'm 22 now. He's 24. So it's like, when you think about, holy crap, like, when I see 18-year-olds now, I'm like, they're babies. Like, I know I'm still young, you know? But, like, I think in your early 20s, I'm about to turn 23. In your 20s, you hit, like, a certain period in your life where you're like, you need to get your shit together, you know? And I think that's the point that I'm at in my life right now. Like, I think before I used to be like a really shy person. Like when we got married, I think I used to be really shy. Like, I wouldn't stand up for myself. I was scared to talk, you know, to speak up for myself. And like now that I'm older, it's like I'm getting to a point where it's like, I think maybe younger me felt like speaking up for myself had to be in like a disrespectful way or something. But like now that I'm older, I've learned that you don't have to be rude to express how you feel. You know what I mean? Like, to stand up for yourself, you don't have to be like, oh, F this, F that, blah, 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 you know? You can just kindly speak up for yourself. Respect, obviously. Always respect whoever you're talking to, but like, just learn that there's boundaries also. I think that was a very big thing in our marriage as well. Like teaching people, not teaching people, but like letting people know that there's boundaries in your marriage as well, you know? Because marriage is a big us thing, you know? Like, it's not us and then my mom, his mom, my dad, his dad. Like, that's not what it is.
It's a union of families.
Yeah. So,
It's
I mean,
our
it is
mom, our
a
dad.
union of families, but like, the marriage is Marlon and Loren. The people,
Oh, that's what you
like
meant.
the new family, like the family that we have created is Marlon and Lauren's family. When Marlon and Lauren have kids, even right now, like without kids, it's our family. Like, we're our family. You know what I mean? Like, primarily. Of course, we have our parents, siblings, whatever, but like, primarily it's us.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get
So,
it.
like, me, personally, like, you as my husband, it's you over anybody. You know what I mean?
What do you think? So, now that you say that, do you think if your child came to you at a young age, would you encourage them to get married? If they said, I want to get married? Does it depend on the child?
I think it would depend on the child, honestly.
Really?
I feel like,
If you think they're ready?
yeah, I feel like
But
at
you
a
can't know that as a
certain-
parent.
At a certain, no, but at a certain point, you kind of know it when your child shows a certain level of maturity. Like, if you know that your child brings like, if it's a girl, if you know that your daughter's bringing home boys every couple months, like, and then all of a sudden they're dating someone for a little bit and they're like, hey, I'm getting married, I would be like, whoa, you know, I would be like, I would need a little bit more of an explanation. You know, I feel like probably I wouldn't support right off the bat.
I would.
If that was my, like, if my child was dating people back to back to back. But now if my child was maybe in long-term relationships, blah, 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 like, I knew that they were, like, kind-hearted kids, then yeah, I would probably support it.
Oh, you're going to be the baby mom. I'm going to be the hard one. You're going to be the softie.
And I think that's also a big thing in Marlon and I's relationship, guys. I think, and this is crazy that I'm going to open up about this. I feel like when I was young, I was, like, when we first got married, that's what I mean by when I was young. When we first got married, I feel like I was very, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, you guys know how Latinas are. Like, if you guys are Latinas or if you have a Latina friend or you know, a Hispanic friend, you guys know that we're, like, locas, like, we're going to talk back, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Like,
Crazy.
You feel like you just got to bicker in a way, you know? But that's the way I look at it now, like, bickering. And it's like, that was not it.
Why do you say that? What
Because,
do you mean by
like,
that?
bickering doesn't get you anywhere, especially in a relationship. At least not in our relationship, speaking about, like, our experience. Like, Marlon is probably he's the kindest, most, like, calm person you guys will ever meet. Like, the house could be on fire and I'm gonna be running out, pulling my hair out, and Marlon's gonna get his laptop, get his phone, get the stuff from the safe, get the important stuff, and walk out. Like,
I'd be a fireman.
Like, how we say in like the Hispanic community, like, nadie le saca carreras, like, at all. Like, it could be the craziest thing
Translation?
happening.
I don't know what that means.
Well, it doesn't make sense in English.
Okay.
Like
We'll
no
translate.
one.
Put it at the bottom of the screen.
I don't
Something,
think there's a way
something,
to translate it. It's kind of like that thing can make you go crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll. That's
Yeah.
what I'd do in a fire.
Okay. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, stop, drop, and roll. We learned that in elementary
This
school.
dude. Anyways, guys. Yeah, I feel like that wasn't really getting us anywhere, and would you say it took a while for me to learn that?
Me? No, I don't think so. I'm very big on seeing your progress.
Yeah.
I'm very big on seeing your progress. I never really felt like you were super mean.
He's lying. I
never
was
felt
really
like that.
mean. Not
I
in a
felt
mean like not. I've never like not in a way where like I'll call him out of his name or like disrespect him in that way. It was just I would get like really annoyed and like defensive about little things, and it would cause me to like bicker at him. But like I said, like nadie le saca carrera, so like he would just kind of make me understand that like why are you tripping over something so small, like like you don't have to have such a big reaction over this little thing, you know?
I think, to me, I think I see the best in everybody.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
why
Yeah, of course you do.
I never even harp on people's like flaws. I guess you
Yeah.
could say. I never harp on people's flaws.
But I
that's
feel like
something-
honestly, I always tell him though, I
That's
feel like
something-
that could be a good thing and a bad thing
Yeah.
because he can get really easily taken advantage of.
Yeah. Don't take advantage of me.
And I don't like that. You know, I always tell him like, yeah, you always see the best in people, but like, people are not always gonna have the best intentions for you. So like, you gotta kind of keep a, keep a shield up. Like, yeah, get to know people. You see what's best in them, blah blah blah. But like, have a certain boundary until you're really sure that you can allow that person into your life, and allow that person's energy to come into your energy.
Excuse me.
You know, because sometimes not everybody has the best intentions. And that's
Shout out
just how
21
it is.
Savage.
Okay.
Turn away.
Are you gonna take this serious?
No, I'm just saying.
Turn away.
This
Turn
dude.
away.
So you said that you would. I feel like I would encourage them, just because I feel like even if you have a marriage that doesn't work out, I feel like you learn a lot. I feel like everything's a learning lesson. Even I'm gonna be that parent that I don't know actually. I don't know.
You're gonna want them to fail, and if they fail,
Yeah.
they fail on their own, and they learn from it.
No, I'll definitely support them.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if they wanted to get married, you would support them getting married,
yeah.
and then if it doesn't work
Yeah.
out, then
Yeah.
it's like they just gotta figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's hard, like you're saying, because I don't want to see my child be
Hurting, yeah.
upset.
It's a hard.
Yeah.
It's a hard. What's it called? It's a hard situation to be in until you're really in that situation yourself.
And I
you
feel
know?
like me and you are very lucky, because like everybody tells me that all the time.
I know.
Nobody can.
You're
be
honestly
like,
very lucky to have a wife like me. No, like
Yeah,
actually.
She's honestly very lucky to have a husband like me.
No, I know I am. That I know I am. For
But no,
sure.
everyone tells me that. They're like, because I hear my friends, they tell these stories like, Marlon, how do you find a girl like this? How do you find... And it's funny to me, I didn't even think about any of that. Like, because it was like, how do you find a girl that doesn't just break your heart, or that doesn't play you, or doesn't cheat on you, or doesn't... And I was like, honestly, I just went all in. I didn't even know. Maybe Lauren one day she's gonna come up and she's gonna stab me. I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I
You're
just
funny. Maybe.
straight up
I'm just kidding.
got married. But I never thought about it. Like, damn, what if she like breaks your heart? It was just like, I love her.
And you know what, guys? I think a lot of people our age now are like,
It's
they're
hard.
getting into that age where they're trying to find a soulmate.
And it's
they're
hard.
trying to find the right person.
It's
and
hard.
It's hard for them, you know? Like, we see it with, like, our friends or, like, our people that we know all the time. And it's like, and they tell us, and we know this because they tell us about it, you know?
It's sad.
Yeah.
I feel bad, especially now that there's all the dating apps, and because that's what I was telling to my
Well, I
friends.
feel not that there's dating apps, that there's dating apps that just want to hook up. Now,
Yeah.
if you're just looking for a hookup, then of course, but
Yeah.
there,
that's
you know,
like a majority of them.
some people are trying to find love as well. You know, like I said, they're getting to that age where they want to
Yeah.
actually
But that's
settle
what-
down, start a life with someone, have kids. You know, some of our friends want to have kids, so it's like,
But that's the same thing I talk about with the world these days. Like, I don't even feel like, and I was telling this to my friend, it's so crazy. It's hard for, I don't know, as a girl, but they're telling me, like, as a guy, it's hard you can't go up to a girl these days and be like, hey, what's your name? Where
Yeah.
are you from? Like, oh, you know, we should go. Like, you go to her and say, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? She's like,
Yeah.
you trying to talk to me like that? I mean, maybe you
But
can.
yeah, but I feel like you would still find a good girl.
Yeah, you
out
still
there.
can. But I'm saying, like, the day, it's different these days. You have to use social media to really talk to them. I mean,
You think so?
I don't think guys are
I
going
think
out
there's
there.
still
You think
girls
guys are
out-
going out there talking to girls like?
I feel like there is girls out there that would appreciate you coming up to them more.
You think so? That's because
Yeah.
she's a girl. She's a girl. She thinks that. All
Yeah.
the guys in the comments say how hard it is for you guys to just go up to a girl and ask them how their day is and ask them what they're thinking. I think girls these days are, but I don't talk to girls, so I don't know. But I assume that girls these days are like, leave me alone. I'm about my business. I'm doing what I gotta do, and leave.
Well, that's if they're not looking for anything serious, and like if the girl's actually open to meeting someone and allowing someone into their life, they'll give them a shot.
A lot of these young women these days
Yeah.
kind of lost. No,
Yeah.
not all of them though.
Men too, though. It
Men
ain't
too.
just
Men
girls.
too. Men too. Men
I
too.
think just society,
society. in
people our
general.
age as a whole.
People our age as a whole. I kind of
Yeah.
feel bad. I feel bad.
And we are I'm in no way saying that we're the perfect marriage at all, guys.
We're not.
We are far from perfect. We still bump heads. We still sometimes have to agree to disagree because whenever we speak about something and we don't see eye to eye, what are we gonna do? Just agree to disagree.
But
Agree
that's a
to
part of
you're gonna
life.
have your opinion. I'm gonna have my opinion, and we're not gonna agree on something. Just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's a part of life, though.
Yeah, and
Don't
just
let
respect each other.
Yeah, don't let that ever be a thing. Don't ever think that everything's gonna be fine for your whole life, because then you'll get hit by reality and realize
That's
that
very true, yeah.
things happen, bad things happen.
Yeah.
Good things happen, bad things happen. It's
Yeah.
up and down. That's life. Just
Yep,
up and down.
that's marriage.
Up and down. Up and down. Everything in life. Your money up. One day you're rich. One day you're poor. One day you're rich. One day you're poor. Maybe one day you get rich and you can never become poor again. But you know,
That's what we're praying for.
that's what we're praying for. But yeah, I think that's good for the first episode. We're at 22 minutes.
Okay.
You have any advice to give them?
Love is patient. I
It's
would say
patient.
that. That's probably the first thing, at least from our scenario, from our what we've been through. I think that's what that is the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay. I think my advice is just gonna be.
And keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind.
My advice is gonna be keep trying. Don't let it. If one fails, that means it wasn't meant to be. And keep trying, because the right one might come along. Will come along, not might. Will come along. The right one
Maybe.
will come along.
Yeah.
Nah. I think that's my advice. Keep trying, and if it fails, keep trying, because the right one will come along.
Yeah.
Don't give up in anything. Love, music, work, life, social media, everything.
Yeah,
Don't give up
whatever you
anything.
wanna pursue.
You want to be an athlete? Keep going.
Yeah.
Me and Loren want to be rich, so we're gonna keep on working.
Amen.
But I think that's it. I think we'll do another one of these. This is fun.
So good.
I'm
You
gonna have
guys
more
can ask us
questions.
questions in the comments that you guys would like us to answer. That'll be fun.
Bye,
We can
guys.
that would be fun to make this little series.
Yeah, right?
Bye, guys. See y'all. This was fun.